Hello everybody, this is St Charts. It is Sunday the 10th of November 2024. We're going to start with the UK FTSE 100 and this is the one where we gave a long while back this blue box reversal zone, which was correct and certainly bounced to the upside and last when was that? On the 31st of October we had this other red box zone here, which it did bounce during the week, but obviously the budget's come and things aren't looking so rosy. So for me, I'm a bit undecided, but I think we possibly could see the FTSE fall down to this lower red box down here at 78.58.45 to 707.05 area before we see a bounce to the upside. And for me, I'm still targeting sort of 8.5 to 8,900. However, I think we're going to get a bit more downside short term. So that's the FTSE 100 for me. Next one I'm going to do is gold, and this one here is where I gave a reversal zone. Let's just have a look, pop down to the hourly, and I had a blue box reversal zone here, which is sort of played out so far. But for me, I'm a bit unsure here where we're going to head sort of short term. I think we're still, for me, I'm still expecting a bigger correction before we head higher again. So for me, it's one to have a bit of caution on for now, I think. Next one I'm going to do is silver, and if I just get down to silver, this is one where I'm still expecting us to be trading up to this blue box here at 36 to sort of $41. And last week I gave a blue box reversal zone, which didn't really hold. It sort of popped its head above, but didn't really do as expected. So for me, I'm one that I'm sort of watching for now to see where that goes. I'm probably expecting a bit more downside in that one before we get a bit more upside, but see how that one plays out. Next one I'm going to do is Bitcoin. And this one is playing out nicely, and this is one to the daily, and this is one which we gave back here in this sort of 54,671 level. We said we were going to get some more upside, and for me we were always heading for this blue box zone here, and I said that err a bit of caution at sort of this red box zone, but for me I think we can ignore the red box and we're heading for this blue box zone now. So I think 81,992 to 99,995 is realistic for this leg up, so looking very good indeed for Bitcoin. Obviously Trump is helping that trade. There we go. Next one I'm going to do is the Nasdaq, and this one here we gave sort of back down here. We said we were going to trading up to this blue box zone here, which it's now hit, so I'm just waiting to see what happens from there. So that was sort of 20,948 to 21,631. We'll see how that one plays out, but for me there's probably a bit more upside in the Nasdaq. Next one I'm going to do is ROC. Hasn't had a great week, has it? There we go. And I sort of had a very weak sort of 5 pence to 4.74. Thought that on the hourly 4 hourly chart that we might see a bit of support there. That didn't materialise, but hopefully the bottom of this box at 4.12 will hold, and we should hopefully then see trading up. For me, I think still 7.5 to 8.5 pence is realistic for the next sort of push, as long as we get a next push, of course, and then sort of head to this 10.9 to 13 pence, and then from there we sort of cleared all that back history, and we're good to go for a bullish run. So ROC looking very good, so it's still a couple of bags potentially from here. Next we're going to do is MSMN. And for me, this one is still in that reversal zone here at sort of 0.0398 to 0.0364, where it's in the top of this box here is holding. So hopefully we can get a push up to sort of mid sixes, and then hopefully with a bit of good news, we're going to see this red box activated at 0.10 to 0.12. So still looking good for MSMN. FRG is my next one. And for me, just get rid of the grey box, don't know what that's doing there. I gave these a couple of targets, and we sort of hit this target at 5.24. But for me, it's just a bit of consolidation, and I think we're going to see trading up into this red box zone here at sort of 13.4 to 16.2. That is my target for firing. So looking very good indeed. Certainly a lot of interest in that one at the moment, and a lot of news expected, all being well. Next one I'm going to do is JLP. That's another good one. It's doing really well. I've got a blue box zone here. It sort of fell below, but last couple of trading days it's shot right up, hasn't it? Some 4.47. It's just got its head out the top of that box. So for me, hopefully we can start pushing up, and my target there would be sort of this red box zone 8.78 to 9.96. So JLP looking very good. DGI is my next one, and this is another one which we called spot on, thankfully. We said that this blue box zone here is at 0.06 basically, and for me I think we're going to head up to this 0.0926 to 0.1 pence. So the DGI looking good. Next we're going to do is SAE, and I think that's a chart request. And for me, I think that this blue box reversal zone here at 1.7 to 1.4, and hopefully you can see a push up, probably up towards sort of 3 pence level. As long as we can break this 3 pence, it should give us another leg to the upside, probably 4.5p, something like that. So SAE one to keep an eye on. TYM is my next one. And this one's just still in the blue box, so hopefully the bulls can step in there, and if they can, we can break this prior high. We were heading up to 0.1725 to 0.1990, so TYM worth a look. Next one I'm going to do is EAAS, this one here. For me, I had this blue box reversal zone. We did get a bounce out of there, but unfortunately didn't keep going. The momentum wasn't there. So for me, I think we might see trading down to this red box zone here before we see another push higher. So that's sort of 3.55 to 2.64. But hopefully for those holding, that doesn't materialise, and it's just going to stay within this prior blue box here. But for me, it's a bit uncertain. So EAAS. See how that goes. EPP is my next one, and this one is here. I had a red box zone. I'm not too sure whether I did a podcast on that. I was a bit busy last week, but for me, this red box zone here at 7.9 to 7.25, and it held. We've had a nice bullish candle there, and I think that there's sort of two possibilities here. If I just get rid of that previous forecast, and for me, I think that we're either going to head up to this blue red box zone here at 13.1 to 15.2, and then get a more of a corrective move, or we may see just another leg higher here and shoot up to this other red box zone here at 17.1 to 20 pence. So it's a bit of a hard one to call at the moment. See how that one plays out, but yeah, still looking very bullish. Next one I'm going to do is GGP. I haven't covered this one off for a while, but for me, I think we're going to see trading down to 5.62 to 5.24 pence before we see a push higher. I think longer term we can still expect probably trading up to this 8.5 to 9.46, but see how that corrective move plays out in the short term. Next one I'm going to do is PolX. I think I've covered this off a few times actually, but this is another great call. From this blue box zone here, we said that we were expecting a reversal, and indeed we have. We're sort of trading at 1.6, and for me, hopefully we can go and fill these gaps here, but I've got a red box zone there at 2.67 to 3.05, so see how that one plays out. PolX looking okay. EEE is my next one, and this is one where we called this at around 10 or 11 pence. Said that we thought that move here was corrective, and we were right, and we said that if that was the case, then we were most likely to head down to sort of 4.45 to 2.19. Hopefully it doesn't head to the lower of that box, but for me that's where value for money is, and where we should hopefully see a couple of ways to the upside at least. So it should be a very good run from there if it gets there, of course. Hopefully for those holding it doesn't. Next one I'm going to do is NEO. And that's another great call of ours. So it said from the 1p to 0.86 that we're going to get some move to the upside. Sort of touched 1.33 over the week. It's fallen back a bit, but then the bulls are stepped in again. So hopefully we can try and head back towards this prior high here at sort of 1.5 up to 1.8, and see where we go from there. But if we can break that high, we could be heading up to this 2.38 to 2.78 pence area. So NEO looking good. Next one we're going to do CRCL. I think that's a chart request again. And for me, this is one where we gave previously this target here at 0.29 to 0.344, and for me that's still on. It's still looking good. So CRCL, I think sort of 0.3 pence area is where that should be heading. Next one I'm going to do is RSG, and just because that was another great call of ours, we said that sort of down here that we'd be heading into this blue box, and it did, and there's sort of the bears have stepped in. And we've seen a reversal over the last few trading days, but for me, I think that I'm going to say that that's a 1, 2, and this is a 3. That's a 4, probably finish somewhere down here, and hopefully then we see another ride up, and we're probably going to be testing sort of 50p level and probably a bit higher. So RSG, see how that one plays out. ATM is the next one I'm going to do, because I've covered that off loads of times, and another great call from me. I said that, you know, a long time ago I was expecting 2.56p. We haven't quite got there, but I think that, you know, this new blue box here at 2.93 to 2.72 is going to hold, and hopefully that's going to be the start of a push to the upside. And, you know, longer term, there's some massive upside in ATM, sort of 11 to 13p is where I'd be targeting that one over the longer term. But yeah, looking okay. Just get rid of that number there. There we go. Next one I'm going to do is GKP. And this one here is had a sort of a this is one where we gave the timing before here, and indeed that was correct. We sort of had a break of this leg here during the week, and for me, you know, if that's not a fake break, hopefully that means that you know, we're going to head probably just watching a bit of turbulence in this previous grey box zone here at 146 to 162. However, if we can break and smash that, we should be heading up to sort of 179 to 198p area. So GKP looking good. Next one I'm going to do is THS. And this is another one, great call from us. We said that, you know, expect a reversal from 67.4 to 63.6, and indeed we did. And see where that one plays out. Obviously, we can smash this prior high at 87.2. Should be giving us 107.5 to 118.5. So THS, another great call. Next one I'm going to do is CTL, because that's in a reversal zone. And for me, this 11.56 to 7.85 is a reversal zone. If we can break out of that, hopefully we can just go and fill this gap first at 13.62, and then hopefully head up to this bigger target here, 21.3 to 24.5. So CTL worth a look. Next one I'm going to do is OMG, and I think this one, yeah. So this one here is another one that we gave this blue box reversal zone at 65p to 50.4, and I think we tipped it around here at 56p, so we were expecting a move to the upside, and indeed its head is bouncing just above the top of that box. So for me, I think, you know, the initial target there is 79p, fill the gap, but then see where we go from there. So OMG looking good short term. Next one and last one I'm going to do today is ARCM, and this one here is in a blue box reversal zone. So yeah, it looks very good. I think we called this previously, it was 4.16, and indeed it got a bit of a bounce, but not very much. But this is a much stronger reversal zone here, so yeah, I would expect at least a couple of waves higher. I'm not going to give a sort of long-term target here, because I think that, you know, sort of 6-7p is, yeah, that's a couple of bags, isn't it? So I think we'll see how that one plays out over the short term. But yeah, it looks very good indeed. There you go. That's me for this Sunday. Have a great weekend, everybody. See you again soon.